Aquarius. Happy birthday. Welcome to your season. Your birthday special is in full effect, so if you would like to get $50 off of the 1 hour reading, you can have it live or you can have it recorded. All of that information is in the description box of how to do that. You'll use the birthday code, or you'll use the code birthday when checking out to get that $50 off of your birthday special. I, for one, am really glad to have energies back into an air sign. It's been a while. Like, we've had the moon move into air signs, but because it's only like a day or two here and there, it's really been heavy energy and earth energy, and really fast energy and fire energy, and really like emotional energy and water, and so we haven't really had big planets moving, or planets at all moving into an air sign since Libra season. So, and it feels like that was forever ago. And this solar eclipse that's happening today, I'm recording this on the day of your season, the first day of your season, the 20th. So the solar eclipse is tonight in Leo, moving into tomorrow, the 21st. And eclipse energy really works for about 6 months, or that's kind of where you want to start manifesting that energy. And with this full super moon, what is a super moon? It means it's just bigger, it's closer to Earth. Blood moon, eclipse, it'll be bright red, and they're calling it the wolf moon. It's in your 7th house. It's just opposite of you, and it's at 0 degrees. So this is kind of a reset, especially since it's 0 degrees your season and 0 degrees in Libra, the sign of Leo, not Libra, the sign of Leo. So this is really all a reset of the heart. It's a reset for you guys specifically of relationships and how you see them and how you view yourself within them. And, Mercury's coming into your sign in a couple of days. It'll be there through the second week of February, which will be really nice. Mercury's been through the still water. It's been through the really fast fire. It's been through the cardinal earth. And I think it's like Mercury coming into an air sign again, because Mercury is a very air communicative planet, right? It's going to feel a lot easier to get things done, to get things moving. That's really what your season is all about. It's all about innovation and starting things new and fresh. And with this solar eclipse, it's kind of all culminating into a place where we all of the things that we had to reset in our lives, all of the things that we had to recognize weren't serving us anymore, because you've heard me talking about that for months. It's time to remove. It's time. Mercury retrograde at the end of 2018. We got to make sure that we're clearing everything out that's not serving us. And that's in a physical way. It's an emotional way. It's in a mentally good space type of way, where you're not holding on to the old baggage that's been holding you back for so long. And this supercharged solar eclipse is helping us do that. So I, for one, am really excited to actually be in an air sign season again, because being a Libra rising, I really enjoy being able to get things done and not feel like I'm stagnant or stuck in something. So let's go ahead and see what you guys have coming for February for your season, and then going into Pisces season as well. Mercury moves into Pisces towards the end of your season. Oh, wow. Okay. We're going to start off like this. All right. So we have the Knight of Cups and we have the Ten of Swords. I do feel like this is a total reset in how you're thinking about relationships and how you're thinking about, sorry, I have to get adjusted because I'm really short. And I feel like, I know it doesn't look like I'm far away from the table, but it felt like it. I feel like this is a total reset in how you're looking at relationships. First of all, if you've had to let go of a relationship or the idea of a relationship recently, this Ten of Swords is telling me that it was pretty painful, or you did a lot of purging. But the Ten of Swords is also saying that the worst is over. I often see the Ten of Swords as kind of going to the worst possible case scenario. Like, I'm not sure if you guys have heard me say this before, but I say it all the time. You know, it's almost like somebody telling you they're going to text you when they get somewhere and they never do, and you think they're dead in a ditch on the side of the road. And so even though it may have been something really, really bad, I feel like you're just kind of going, you know what? I'm leaving it up to the universe now. Like, I'm not going to sit in a space where I feel like crap because somebody didn't approach me, or I don't feel approachable in some way, shape, or form. So I do feel like there is a total reset when it comes to relationships. There could also have been a total reset when it comes to spirituality or societal standards even. We have the Hierophant. You could also be dealing with a Taurus where there was an ending, pretty bad ending that happened with a Taurus. And then we have a King of Wands. So fire sign, sun, moon, or rising, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. It feels very much like you're just kind of like washing your hands of it. You're like, I can't sit in a space of this pain anymore. I can't sit in a space of like, you know, what's my next step? Should I approach them? Are they going to approach me? Because when you do that and you're sitting in that, you know, and this is what I'm talking about with like all of the heavy emotions, when you're doing that and you're sitting in a space like that, that's pretty volatile, you know, you're almost like telling yourself, you're almost being violent to yourself in your mind. Like, you know, what did I do wrong? How can I fix this over and over and over and over again? Because I know how you guys think. That's why we get along so well, because there's this over analyzing of every little nitpicky thing that happened or didn't happen. And like, oh my God, how do we fix this? It was no doubt. I feel like there are questions that you still want to have answered. It was a pretty strong connection. Could be dealing with a Gemini energy also with the Lovers. But it's almost as if regardless of how strong this is, or regardless of how much I believed that at one time it was going to be something, because it was such a fight, you had to let it go. And I feel like the eclipse energy is actually it's doing the work for you. It's allowing you to move out of this space of everything is over. Everything has ended. My life without this person is never going to be the same again. And you guys know that I kind of preach that, where if you're allowing somebody else, I don't care what the connection is, if you're allowing their emotions to affect you in such a way where you don't want to get out of bed, where you can't work, where you're not like being yourself in any way, shape, or form, that's a toxic relationship. And it feels very, Five of Wands is just not ever really being on the same page and having those petty arguments. And this could even be like that fight within you of, do I stay? Do I go? What do I do? There's a real back and forth quality, you know, and January was such a heavy month, or has been such a heavy month, that you've had to purge all of this. And you've recognized, especially with all these energies that are happening of endings, this eclipse season was huge, because we have been asked to release all of the things that are not serving us. And if that thing is a relationship for you, or even like societal standards of where you should be within a relationship by now, that releasing is occurring. It's happening. I don't feel you hanging on to something that you know, I don't care how sure you were of it before. I don't feel like you're hanging on to it anymore. Because you want to be able to go in your own direction. You want to be able to go live your life without feeling like you have to be attached to a person, place, thing, idea, societal standard, whatever, in order for you to be who you truly are, because you know who you truly are. Like, authenticity is a really big thing with Aquarians. You guys are like, you don't bullshit when it comes to your authenticity. That's why I'm wearing the llama corn shirt today, because I mean, like, that's what you guys are. You're a special magical creature, and when you allow an idea to get up in your head and it consumes you for days, weeks, months, years, you kind of turn around and look at it and you're like, but wait a second, I totally lost myself within that. I totally lost myself within that relationship. I totally lost myself within that societal standard. I totally lost myself within the idea that even though this was a volatile relationship, or it was constant fighting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, I had to hang on to it because somebody told me I was a twin flame. Right? And now, as the fog lifts, if you will, because we're coming into the sun being into Aquarius, and it's almost like I can pull myself out of these emotions and realize that all that purging was needed. All of that, like, releasing of the energy was needed. So let's see. Knight of Cups. Yeah, and the Four of Pentacles on the Knight of Cups. This is where you have to recognize that holding on to a hope that somebody will come back into your life, or a hope that there's going to be a door open for you to push forward, right, into a relationship or into a person's life, because you're like, could you just have the door open already, universe? The Four of Pentacles is holding on to something so tightly that the universe isn't able to come in and do the work in your life. And I feel like there was a point, and maybe you're still in this, maybe you're still feeling this, and the eclipse energy really needs to work for you to be able to let go. But this could also have a lot to do with where are you holding on to the creative ideas or the things that you want to present to the world, or the things that you want to present for yourself. Where are you holding on to that? And where are you not letting the universe work in your life? Are you doing the work to do it, or are you just hoping for something to happen? Are you pushing forward on a daily basis? Like, not even just, yes, here and there, I've done things to further my future. But are you really pushing forward in your life to get things done and to be able to present them? I feel like this is more has to do with relationships, but I wanted to be able to get like the whole work, career, creative side aspect in there too, because I know not a lot of people are focusing on relationships so much. Of course, February is that month where we have Valentine's Day, which I'm never really a big fan of, not because I don't have love in my life, but because I just kind of feel like maybe you should be telling people every day that you love them, and not just on one special day of the year, right? But that's my opinion, whatever. Don't hold on to the grudge. Don't hold on to the anger. Don't hold on to the bitterness. The more you let it go, the more prosperous you're going to be. And I feel like this is in all aspects of your life, not just in relationships. Of course, if you don't hold on to the anger and the grudge of the relationship, or the relationship you wanted to happen, that's going to spill over in positive vibrational ways into all areas of your life. You really have to allow yourself to release expectations in all areas of your life. And so I want you to, sorry, my nose, every time I do a reading for you guys, my nose itches. Every single time. The Six of Wands on the Ten of Swords. And this is exactly what I'm saying. There is victory just around the bend, and the worst is over. If you rise above and you allow yourself to transmute the energy, and by what do I mean by transmuting the energy? Thanking it for being there and teaching you the valuable lessons that you needed in your life, but not letting it hold you hostage. I mean, that's the biggest thing about anything in your life, whatever it is that has triggered you or pained you in some way that's now over, and you have to recognize that it is now over. as you rise above that, as you're like, okay, I get it. I see the lesson now. I feel how I was holding on to that and how I need to release it. And now I can move forward. That's transmuting. And you're thanking it for allowing you to learn that lesson. And now you can push through. And I don't want you to get stuck into an idea also at this time of what society standards versus your standards mean. Aquarius season is all about breaking the mold, right? Breaking out of the mold. You guys are so individualistic is what I want to say, but my mouth is like, blah, blah. Come on, Mercury. It's only like 3 days away. Like, let's get into an air sign already so I can talk again. The Ten of Pentacles on the Hierophant is really asking you to reevaluate what the Ten of Pentacles means for you. And because I see it differently, like more and more, the more I read and the more I get the Ten of Pentacles card, especially on the Hierophant. So you could actually be in a strong relationship with a Taurus where you guys kind of had like a bump in the road and you've gotten past it and things are, you rose above, you were the bigger person, everything is fine and dandy now, or as fine and dandy as you can imagine that to be. But for me, the Ten of Pentacles is like, is it the illusion that you want? Is it society standard and illusion that you want? Is that what you're working towards? Or, because the Ten of Pentacles is different for everybody. It can be for that person who was able to be able to just get their bills paid for the month and then they feel really good. They have $10 in their pocket until, the next time they get paid and they're like, I am okay with that. I am satisfied. Everybody in my family is fed. I have a roof over I have a roof over all of us. I'm good. I'm good to go. And for some people, it's bigger than that. But that's the thing is what's comfortable for you within the Ten of Pentacles? Is it what society says that you're supposed to have this beautiful, because if you have all of the things, the house, the car, the happy or the marriage, the kids, like the job, everything, right? You have all of that. And it looks really good on the outside, but on the inside, you feel like you're dying, right? But sure, society looks at your life and they think it's perfect. So I feel like you're coming into a time of not only how do I value myself within relationships and how do I value my life in a material way, and how do I move forward. There's something that's going on with my camera right now, and I'm so not surprised. It's really funny. I keep getting this message that pops up, and I'm like, could you just not? It's like annoying me. So let's just go through the reading here. Okay. So on the King of Wands, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So there's this rebuilding aspect and moving into a more, I feel like the King of Wands is almost you guys, like getting that confidence back and moving into a much easier and calmer state of existence and not feeling, it's almost like, especially if you have heavy fire in your chart somewhere, I feel like you're recognizing that the more you just focus and the more that you put your head down and the more that you're focused on the horizon and your future and all of the beautiful aspects that are in front of you, instead of focusing so much on the past and the things that you've lost, the easier it's going to be for you to transmute all of that energy that you've had to leave behind. It's like when you shift your focus into something better and something easier, it's not going to drag you down. It's almost like, there was a meme that I saw, something about like, not today, Satan, or something. I don't know. It was like, but I feel like that's what's happening to you guys. You guys aren't going to let the negative, the toxic energy get you down anymore. You're really moving past it. You're allowing yourself to push forward into something new. And if you're moving into a new relationship, or if there is a new relationship, because usually that happened when you let go of the facade, when you let go of what you think, like how you think things are supposed to go, or the way you think things are supposed to go, like as you move away from all of those aspects of ideas and expectations and certain outcomes, there's so much more on the other side of it. This relationship has taught you a lot about yourself. And I want you, with the 8 of Cups on the Lovers, I want you to recognize how much it's actually taught you about yourself, and how it isn't about how it ended. It isn't about how, it's not about like all the petty arguments and all the pain that went through all of it. It's about what you learned when it came to yourself within it. And, you know, the 8 of Cups for me is a journey of self-discovery. It's having to walk away from the things that aren't serving you anymore in an emotional way, mostly, but sometimes it's more, you know, with you guys, it can be very logical, because sometimes your logic equals emotions, right? But you're having to let go of a notion of a certain aspect of a relationship or a certain connection, and realizing that even if that was a really, really big connection, it's not something that you can put, that you can bank on right now. It's not something that is growing at the moment. And what needs to happen is you need to grow, not the relationship. You need to grow. So that's really, you know, and if you are dealing with a fire sign, I feel like this is where you guys both are kind of like going your separate ways and looking at things in a different way. If this King of Wands energy isn't yours, which I feel like a lot of this King of Wands energy is because you're feeling that fire behind you, and you just want to like move forward, and you want to take the steps forward, and you want to move out of like the 6 of Swords, moving away from rough times into much calmer times. And allowing yourself to do that is really big. Allowing is a really big word I'm going to be using in 2019. Because you want to keep the peace. If you're dealing with a Libra energy that's kind of combative, and it may not be a Libra energy that's combative, it may just be that you need to get balance within all the chaos that's going on around you. And I think that you're accomplishing that in a really big way. It's funny because a lot, like with your Aquarius reading that we did for January, everybody was like, oh, yay, good things are happening. You know, I really hope that this comes true. I really hope this comes true. And I want to say to you that this is the energy that you have to work with. You have to transmute some things and let go of some stuff. If you continue to hang on to things that aren't serving you, or things that make, and when I say that, I mean the things that make you feel bad. The things that make you feel bad about yourself, the things that other people do to project onto you, and then that makes you feel bad about who you are and about yourself, that's what you got to let go of. That's what you have to say, not today. I'm not going to do this anymore. I deserve better. So if the good things aren't coming to you, and you're like, Betsy, you said that good stuff was coming to me, this is the energy you have to work with. I can't live your life for you. I wish I could make everybody just like flip the switch and be like, oh, that's what I have to let go of. Oh, okay, I'll do it. Because I've had to do the work in my own life to be able to let go of things. But I don't kid myself when I watch a tarot reading and think, oh, they're reading, you know, they're going to be like, this is exactly what's going to happen to you. I give you the advice and what you need to do in order to move forward in your life, in order to find that balance, in order to have that good love come into your life. You have to let go of some other things. You have to release the expectations. in order to find that really great job and come into a 10 of Pentacles status that you want to have, and not what society's telling you, but what you want to have. You got to do the work. You have to let the energy work for you. I can't get that job for you. I can't get that relationship for you. The cards can't do it either, but I can give you the advice to do it and tell you how you're going to transmute it, or how you can transmute it. Okay. Because it's so funny when I get that, and I don't mind. It's just like, it doesn't bother me. It's just like, yes, I really hope it works for you. I hope it happens for you too, but you have to do the work behind it. I can only do so much. That's what my job is. I'm here to walk with you and hold your hand through the mess. I'm not here to give you everything because you're entitled to it, right? Sagittarius and I had to have that conversation too. So you guys aren't the only ones I had to talk to about it. I'm saying that this solar eclipse energy is giving you the opportunity to let go, to release things. And I'm only going to give you the truth on how to do it. So it's, if you feel stuck right now and you really want to see a lot of things brighter. So we have the Hanged Man and the Sun, the Six of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Seven of Wands. There you are. King of Swords. Five of Swords, 10 of Wands, and Temperance. The only way that you're going to be able to get clarity in this situation, you could be dealing with a Pisces or a Leo also. And then we have a water sign over here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Sagittarius is showing up as well. So those are the signs that are present, along with Taurus, Gemini, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Okay. Got all the signs out there. The only way that you're going to get clarity in this situation, the only way you're going to get clear on some things that are really needing to work in your life or working differently in your life, is if you recognize where you're placing your energies. The Six of Pentacles on the Two of Pentacles. If you're giving your energy to people, places, and things that are no longer serving you, and I really want you guys to think about this. What is it? Where am I placing my energies that no longer are serving me? Am I giving it to people, places, and things that are not giving back to me and replenishing my energy? Or am I giving it to people, places, and things that could really just like, that are giving back to me? And I think that you need to get super honest with yourself and allow yourself to ask those questions. Aquarians can be extremely loyal to a fault sometimes. And it's because you want to be able to fit in, and you've never really felt like you can fit in to places, and you really, really want to. And again, like as a Virgo, I totally understand that, because Virgos are awkward as hell. Like you probably wouldn't guess that by looking at me. But if you saw me I laugh at my own jokes to make myself feel better especially when they're really bad, awkward jokes. But we've had this talk before where feeling very, very awkward in situations is just kind of a natural thing for an Aquarian. So if you're around people that don't get you, and it's like a constant battle of you trying to like get people to get you, it's time for you to recognize that that's not serving you anymore. And I mean that in all aspects of your life, like looking at all aspects of your life. I also feel like you're going to, if you're investing in things or working on investing in situations, I feel like you need to think long and hard about what your 10 of Pentacles is and where you're placing that arrow, where you're going in that direction, where you really, really, really want to allow yourself, because you want to shoot for the star, right? Which is what you guys are. You want to shoot for what is my soul purpose? What am I supposed to be doing in this lifetime? Is it going to give me the 10 of Pentacles lifestyle? How can it get me the 10 of Pentacles lifestyle? Instead of saying, is it, say, how can I do this? How can I put in the work? So I feel like you're really going to be placing your energies in that area of your life. Now, if there is a water sign in your life where you've had to create some super healthy boundaries, doesn't have to be a water sign. It can be somebody who's very intuitive, very like empathic, has a lot of emotions, may not really be open to emotions. If you've had to place healthy boundaries around with this person, I feel like it's a really big burden for you to have done this, to have to place these healthy boundaries. But I want to say on the other side of it, you're actually benefiting from this. We have another 10 here. So we have the 5 of Swords and the 10 of Wands and Temperance. Oh, speaking of the star, I feel like this is a big time for you to recognize, to like stop lying to yourself and recognize that the healthy boundaries that you have created around somebody that has pretty big feelings for you, or you have pretty big feelings for them, you've had to do this because it was such a burden, and you're coming to the end of that, and you're recognizing that it's not serving anybody to continue forward on this path. And allow yourself to like just be patient. You know, be patient with yourself. Make sure you're balancing things out in your life. We have several cards of balance. We have several cards of karmic activity. If you're feeling stagnant and you're looking for the clarity in your life, it's time to start balancing things out. Instead of focusing so much on one area of your life, you've got to focus on all of it. Like now is the time that we're really getting to open up to, yes, the logical side can show up again, and it doesn't have to feel so emotional. It doesn't have to feel so draining emotionally. And I feel like the messages are going to be coming in pretty quickly. So we have the Page of Wands, we have the Star, Judgment, the 3 of Cups, and the 3 of Swords. Wow, and the 3 of Wands all together. And then we have a couple of Earth signs here showing up. I feel like you're having to look in a different direction when it comes to friends, social settings, relationships. You could be dealing with somebody who has been seeing someone else, or like, and you're just now finding out about it. But like these messages coming in, if you're finding out about a situation that's really painful and you've already kind of gone through it and you feel like you're going through another cycle with it again, now is that karmic judgment call for you to end this. Because it's almost like you already knew that what was going on. It almost felt like you already knew what was happening, and you just needed some kind of clarification in it. And that is the stagnant energy that pushes you forward. Whatever you hear or have heard, I feel like it was meant to be so your soul could grow. I feel like it was meant to be so that you could get back on track to where you needed to go. I feel like you were kind of, I don't want to use the word duped, but I feel like you were kind of duped in some way with somebody in some situation. And you already kind of knew what was going on. You already kind of had a feeling that there was more to the story than what you thought. So if you feel like towards the end of January that I feel like you're kind of coming back around to where this 4 of Pentacles and this Knight of Cups is. If you feel like towards the end of January, you're like getting that aha moment, that clarity moment of, oh, damn, I knew that was happening all along. Guess I should have listened to myself. You're right. Like, you're right. And I don't even think that you need to find out any other answers. You knew it so much ingrained within you. And I hate to be the person to tell you that, but getting 3 threes in a row here, I feel like you're moving on from the situation. I feel like you had there were other people involved. There was a lot of heartache. And if this isn't in a relationship, this is within like friendships and stuff. This is within people that you truly, truly trusted in your life. And now you can't trust them anymore. And you're finding that out. And it could be with a Sagittarius or a Leo, Pisces, a Libra, or a Taurus. All right. Or a Gemini. Excuse me. But that Mercury quality that's coming in and will be here until the second week of February I feel like it's going to give you a lot of clarity. And allow the energy to move through. Allow yourself to let go. Allow the solar eclipse to help you let go of the things that just are not working in your life anymore. If you keep on banging your head up against a brick wall in a certain situation in your life, I don't care who it is or what it is or where it is, or like pick an element, person, place, thing, right? Pick an element. Even if it's a thought process that you keep going over and over and over in your head and you just can't seem to get it right, let it go. It's time to let it go, because all of this new energy that we're coming into is going to benefit you in really big ways if you allow the old energy to go out, okay? Because I see a really big like celebration and prosperity and progress and open things that are going on here. Things that are just opening up to you. All right, Aquarius, have a wonderful birthday season. Again, check out your birthday special. $50 off the 1 hour reading. All of that information is below. I am doing extended and twin flame energy reports and meditations on Patreon now. And you can donate to that every month if you would like to, and take advantage of all of the really fun benefits there. Of course, you can also get all my extendeds on Vimeo. I will be completing the 2019 readings as well as time allows. Hopefully I can get that done by the end of January. I'm hoping, but I'm not pushing myself, because when I put pressure on myself, nothing gets done. All right. I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful, happy birthday. Bye.